we look, and you mentioned the settlement that, that YouTube paid to the FTC and for collecting data on children without the parents' consent. And the way YouTube shows ads to little kids, to me, this is something that is disgusting. And I would love to hear from you what policies you think Congress should move forward with in protecting children, and then likewise when it comes to COPPA, which needs to be reviewed and rewritten, what are insertions or changes that could be made there? And Commissioner Olhausen, I know that you will send this one to you for in writing, what you think we should do in revisiting COPPA and updating that. But go ahead, Ms. Johnson.
Thank you, Senator Blackburn. So yes, YouTube settled with the FTC because it was collecting information from watchers of child nursery rhyme and other child-directed content videos and using that information to serve up behaviorally targeted advertisements to children and sort of determine what future content might be attractive and increase profits that way. This settlement highlighted a lot of ways that we could improve the landscape for kids' privacy. First, for years, YouTube was able to say, no, we don't have actual knowledge that these are children watching these videos. So one thing to do is to make very clear that COPPA covers all sites and services that children are using and that we don't need to have too narrow a standard and companies can't turn a blind eye to kids. We should also improve privacy by protecting teenagers, especially young teenagers. Another thing Congress could do is confirm what the FTC has decided in its current rule, that personal information needs to be defined broadly and include persistent identifiers. This was not something that was considered personal information back in the 90s when COPPA was passed, but most modern privacy proposals do consider it now. We also need stronger enforcement and real penalties. State attorney generals should be able to get penalties just like the FTC can when they're enforcing COPPA, and there should be minimum penalties. We need penalties that are sufficient to deter bad actors so they don't profit and see this as a cost of doing business or a slap on the wrist. We also need to give the FTC more resources. Common Sense and other advocates have asked for a 50% boost in resources. They're trying to keep up, but they do struggle when faced with big tech.
Okay. Excellent. That is helpful. I am over my time. I would like to hear from you. You can submit this in writing. You mentioned the ads that give you tokens for games, things of that nature. And as we look at the entertainment software, I'd love to know who has engaged in that. And Mr. Chairman, with that, I'll yield back.
Thanks so much, Senator Black.